Hello and welcome, my name is Nate from Video Games Recon, and as per usual we're going to be recapping this week's popular culture and gaming news that I find interesting and think you will too. Please keep in mind this video was recorded either early Friday evening or Saturday morning on UK time, so some important news could be missing and that this video will be posted most likely on a Saturday or Sunday. Anywho, enough jibber jabber, without any further ado, let's do it to it. Before we get into the gaming news, the long-awaited second season of Attack on Titan finally has a release date of spring 2017. About fucking time. I know it takes a long time to animate a series like this, but it will be 4 years from when the season first aired in 2013 to the release of the second in 2017. And that just seems ridiculous to me. There are plenty of other animes that seem to get their seasons out within a year or two. I don't see why they can't just expand their studio and at least get a new season turned around every 2 years. Attack on Titan is such a good IP, and I understand why you would want to keep its integrity and production value to the same standard if not beyond the first season, but 4 years between a season seems like a waste of engagement and buzz about the show. Ever heard of striking while the iron's hot? Pokemon Go is starting to roll out in most, if not all, territories and to mixed reviews. Although people seem to enjoy it as a whole, especially the geocaching aspect to the game, from the reports I'm hearing, the battle system and way in which you capture the Pokemon leaves a lot to desire. Hopefully this is one of those things they will patch and improve as they go. Either way, I'm sure all you hardcore Pokemon fans are still loving hanging out in random farmers' fields, lurking in a graveyard, or obliviously walking into the wrong part of town so as to catch a super rare Pokemon. Well, best of luck to you is what I say, and in the case of the latter, you're probably gonna need it. Red Dead Redemption is now available on Xbox One. Here's what all the clickbait titles want you to think. In actual fact, all it means is that it is now available in the Xbox One's backwards compatibility program, which is still nothing to scoff at. In actual fact, I'm a little bit jelly of all you Xbox boys, as normally I'd just pick a game like this up off Steam for a few bucks, but as this game isn't on Steam for some bizarre reason, this becomes a much bigger deal than Xbox's other backwards compatible games, which is probably why its sales have increased by 6,000% after its announcement. And the cherry on top is that it actually runs a little bit better to boot, with much more stable frame rates than its counterpart on the 360. Sony may have a new peripheral coming out for the PS4, as Sony has had some tech possibly associated with a wireless adapter certified by the FCC. It's unclear as to what this tech pertains to, something to do with Neo, VR, or even a new gamepad. Could be anything really, speculation is rampant. The most likely suspect seems to be a wireless adapter for PS4 pads, so as to be used on PC, much in the same way you can with Xbox pads. Nvidia announces the specs and price for the GTX 1060 at $250 for non-Founders editions, and is designed to rival AMD's budget-friendly RX 480. Also, Nvidia suggests it will have near GTX 980 levels of performance, which, if to be believed, without overclocks will outperform an RX 480, and for roughly the same price as the 8GB version. Nvidia couldn't even give this one to AMD for more than a couple of weeks. Not only are they bossing the high-end cards at the moment with the 1080 and 1070, but they're also encroaching on the AMD's budget-friendly territories. The Red team really needs to step up their game and come out swinging with their future cards. However, all that said, the RX 480 still has some saving graces. First off, to my knowledge, no one except Nvidia has run real-world benchmarks, so their claims should be taken with a pinch of salt. And the 480 should have better support for DirectX 12, which should help with performance on newer games going forward. Evolve does what it probably should have done at launch, and goes free to play. I think we could all see the writing on the wall for this one. It was only a matter of time before it went free to play, as its user base nowadays is in the toilet, thanks mostly to its overzealous DLC, microtransactions, and its somewhat repetitive nature and inability to support more casual gameplay whilst maintaining a balanced game. That said, I hope this breathes new life into the game, as although Evolve is a bit of a mixed bag, some good, some bad, I really think they were onto something here with their asymmetrical gameplay. and I would hate to see their potential get snuffed out without at least seeing them have another crack at it with a sequel, and I struggle to see that happening without a larger fan base. The Resident Evil 4 remaster / re-release gets a release date of August 30th. Let's just hope they make a better job of this game than they did with the Resident Evil 5 remaster, as that game wasn't without its performance issues. Rockstar announces a new wacky update, Cunning Stunts, that looks like a bunch of fun for GTA Online fans. Is it a cunning stunt or a stunning No, wait, that's not right. Moving swiftly on. It appears rumours of Demon's Souls' demise as a franchise may be premature, as it seems an interview with the director of Demon's Souls was misinterpreted, and whereas he was attempting to state that From Software, the developers of Demon's Souls and Dark Souls, won't be working on a Demon's Souls game, as they're looking to focus on new intellectual properties. However, as the IP for Demon's Souls is owned by Sony, much like Bloodborne, it is entirely possible there will be another Demon's Souls game, just that it won't be developed by From Software. Some mad scientists have designed a microscopic version of Pac-Man for single-celled organisms. Sort of. They needed a structure to study how certain organisms behave in similar structures, and so for the lols and to raise awareness, they decided to use the Pac-Man map as a template. Quite interesting, and definitely worth a look-see at their video. Links as always in the description. Nintendo files a patent for a new handheld. Personally, I'm not sure if I'd read too much into this though, as aside from the mobile phone touchscreen and interesting use of sound from the speakers to replicate vibration feedback, this patent essentially looks just like a single screen version of a 3DS, which I'd hope isn't their idea of evolution in this field of hardware, as it's not very innovative and would still be without a second thumbstick, and you're going to need to do a lot more than that to compete with mobile gaming. A bunch of Battlefield 1 info has been leaked by a Cleverclogs Redditor going by the name of Lobix300, who data mined the closed Battlefield alpha and found out all sorts of info, like the names of the first 10 maps, a bunch of guns, 5 game modes, and much more. Whether or not this is legal, who knows, as you would think people would have to sign something to be able to play, but if he's clever enough to leak this info, you'd hope he'd be smart enough not to use a traceable username. And finally, Xbox intends on working with third-party retailers to offer some sort of trade-in program with your Xbox One for the upcoming Project Scorpio, which all sounds good in principle, but how much of a discount retailers will offer remains to be seen, and will probably differ significantly from retailer to retailer. But at least Microsoft is offering something and trying to help somewhat, which is better than nothing. So, that was my recap of the week's gaming news or points of interest. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I'll miss each week, so feel free to post anything you're into that I missed in the comments section for discussion. Anywho, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe for more BS of a similar nature. Thank you and goodbye.